Your Indiana State Police was formed in 1933 when the Indiana General Assembly merged the Motor Vehicle Police, the Accident Reporting and Recording Bureau, and the Criminal Investigation Bureau into one Indiana State Police Department with full police powers. In the early years, there was no post facility at Fort Wayne, and all troopers assigned duties throughout northeastern Indiana were stationed at Ligonier District, located some 35 miles northwest of Fort Wayne. 1951 was the year the department opened its first Fort Wayne post, located in a former U.S. Army Air Corps building on Ferguson Road at Bear Field. By the fall of 1958, the department had long outgrown the Bear Field post and moved to a renovated private residence, which was located on US 24 west of Fort Wayne at the Time Corners area. 20 years later, in December of 1978, the Indiana State Police moved to its current location at 5811 Ellison Road. Although we have long outgrown our first two posts and at times seem to be bulging at the seams of our current facility, the district personnel, both past and present, have maintained the building in inspection condition and have passed on the proud tradition to today's troopers. This facility houses the Area 2 Commander's office. The Area 2 Commander is in charge of operations at Fort Wayne, Bremen, and Red Key districts. 8 investigators also work out of the Area 2 Commander's office. These officers are primarily involved in working narcotics and white-collar crime cases in conjunction with other agencies. There are 2 aircraft stationed within the area. One is a Bell Jet Ranger helicopter stationed in Warsaw, and the other is a 4-place Cessna 172 airplane stationed in Marion. They are used daily in surveillance, traffic enforcement, aerial photography, crime scene searches, and the like. The Indiana State Police Fort Wayne Regional Laboratory is also housed here and provides forensic services for the Indiana State Police and other police agencies throughout northeastern Indiana. These services include, but are not limited to, forensic photography, fingerprint comparison, latent print examinations, trace evidence and arson analysis, firearms examination, tool mark comparison, polygraph, drug identification, and serology. The laboratory is continually updating its techniques and capabilities. The new automated fingerprint identification system, normally called AFIS, has the capability of providing instant, accurate fingerprint comparison of an unknown latent print with up to 100 million sets of fingerprints of all persons previously arrested for serious crimes throughout Indiana. 5 forensic field technicians and a supervisor are responsible for identification, documentation, collection, and preservation of crime scene evidence until it is needed for trial. The expertise and credibility of our field technicians is such that their services are requested at nearly every major crime scene in the area. The lieutenant, who is the district's top-ranking officer with the assistance of the first sergeant and various post commanders, oversees the daily operation of the troopers, detectives, and civilians working under his command. The Fort Wayne district serves 9 counties in northeastern Indiana. They are LaGrange, Steuben, Noble, DeKalb, Whitley, Allen, Huntington, Wells, and Adams. The post is manned around the clock and receives information from law enforcement agencies and the public, then passes that information on to the appropriate department personnel or other agencies as well. During weekdays, the number of incoming phone calls and visitors to the Fort Wayne district dictates that we have a full-time telephone operator and receptionist to channel the incoming calls. We're fortunate to have chosen someone who believes in greeting everyone with a smile. Telecommunications operators maintain contact between the officers and other agencies throughout northeastern Indiana. They perform a variety of duties, including retrieving information from the Central Repository computer files located at State Police Headquarters and from the National Crime Information Center in Washington, D.C. All radio conversations are tape recorded in the event the information would be needed later. Since communications is the lifeblood of law enforcement, the equipment must be maintained in top working order. Our communications technician maintains the radios, radar, and VASCAR equipment which is utilized by the Fort Wayne District personnel. Accident reports, case reports, arrest records, and administrative records are all processed in a prompt and efficient manner by our secretaries. A data input operator sends traffic arrest, warning, court disposition, and other pertinent information via computer to the data section in Indianapolis on a daily basis, so records are kept as current as possible. More than 90 police vehicles are regularly serviced by 2 mechanics who are ever aware of the necessity of maintaining the fleet in top-notch condition. A hazardous material officer specializes in investigating accidents involving hazardous material spills, as well as policing and educating trucking companies that transport these products. The local IURC, that's Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission trooper, is in charge of conducting a rigid inspection of all 1,160 school buses operating throughout the district. Each fall, every school bus is inspected, and half of them are re-inspected at spot checks throughout the school year. When not busy with school bus inspection program, he is involved in truck inspections and enforcement. The district includes 14 motor carrier inspectors. They enforce laws pertaining to trucks and receive detailed training on U.S. Department of Transportation and state laws involving that specialized field. The scale installations located on I-69 in Huntington County are used to check for overweight trucks and utilized as an inspection station to check for safety violations on large trucks. Motor carrier inspectors also provide a great deal of assistance in the school bus inspection program. The 9 officers assigned to the district investigation section are kept busy investigating the crimes that normally require a great deal of time to resolve, such as robbery, rapes, and homicides. They work closely with the district troopers and other police agencies. Uniformed troopers patrolling more than 140,000 miles a month in the 9 northeastern counties of Indiana are truly the backbone of the district and of the department as a whole. Due to their uniforms and distinctively marked cars, they are the most visible and often the first responder to any emergency. The very nature of their work dictates that they must take charge in stressful situations and make significant decisions at a moment's notice. A portion of their duties involve traffic enforcement, which helps keep our state and the nation ranking among the safest per millions of miles traveled of any nation on earth. But the trooper's responsibility does not stop at the bottom of a traffic ticket. The trooper may be called upon to investigate a traffic accident, stop a family fight, conduct a criminal investigation into a reported rape, robbery, or burglary, or answer any type of public service request. When time permits, the trooper takes time out of his busy schedule for a meal and a short visit with the family. Although a trooper is assigned a particular county in which to reside, the job responsibility is far from county line restricted. Troopers are regularly called to investigate accidents or crimes in other counties of the district, or are regularly sent to police major events throughout the state, such as a state fair or the 500-mile race. This work often requires them to be away from home for several days at a time. Troopers also volunteer to work in special areas such as our emergency response team, commonly known as SWAT. These officers are trained in the use of special weapons, tear gas, and other state-of-the-art tactical equipment. They handle extremely dangerous functions such as hostage situations, raids on criminal activities with known armed persons, and conduct search and surveillance operations on marijuana growers. Another specialty group is scuba divers. They are often called upon to dive in adverse conditions to recover bodies, vehicles, or evidence which may be in swift rivers or deep lakes. Still other officers do explosive ordnance disposal work. They receive training in ways to safely disarm bombs and dispose of old dynamite, which turns up occasionally throughout the district. Fort Wayne District is made up of people who are proud to serve and protect, proud of their affiliation with the Indiana State Police. They are ever cognizant that Hoosiers rely on them to respond to the call, knowing that the ever-present danger may at times require that they put their lives on the line is always someplace in the back of their mind. That supreme sacrifice has been made by 30 state police officers. 2 of those worked in what is now the Fort Wayne District. It takes a special person to be an Indiana State Police officer, a person with self-discipline and dedication, a person who cares about law and order and is willing to set an example which hopefully others will follow.